Very nice. Okay. Well, we'll let Jonesy catch up then.
Yep. You talked to Ellis today?
Yeah, I messaged him earlier. He said he might not be able to make it because of work commitments, so he might not be able to make it in today.
Gotcha. All right, I'm gonna go repost the all around so rare.
We've had Nicholas Julia has reposted me tweets saying about we're live streaming in 10 minutes, and that was obviously 10 minutes ago. So, yeah.
Oh, he reposted that. Nice.
He reposted that. Very nice.
Yeah, I see that. Stream live in 10 minutes. That's dope. Dude, that the graphic you built was pretty sick, huh?
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
That would have taken me years to figure out how to do that. So you putting that together in, what'd you say, 15 minutes is very impressive.
So I was doing it while I was at work because I'm like talking to people on one screen here, and then I'm like on my other screen, like sort of just playing about with it. But yeah, it's not too bad. I don't mind it.
Hugh, what's going on, Hugh?
Evening, Hugh.
Is it? It is evening over where you are.
It is indeed.
It's midday. A little midday, but yeah, man. Hope you're having a good day. We're just waiting to get Jonesy in here, and we're gonna talk some previews, some MLS. We have an MLS, not MLS technically, but Inter Miami plays tonight. Which is interesting because, like, you see this here with based on the best matchups, and this one's a little contradictory, don't you think? Like right off the rip, Inter Miami, they have a game tonight. So you talk about the whole: is Messi gonna play? Is he not gonna play? And then this goes into Sunday versus Charlotte. I mean, I know it's at home, but Charlotte defensively are really good, so that'll be an interesting one.
It's definitely a lucky little upgrade for Charlotte then, considering they've got a tired into Miami, more than likely, depending if they rest Messi or not.
Yeah, for sure. What do you want to do? You want to wait for Jonesy, or you want to jump into it?
Now we'll just jump into it. I don't know how long he'll be. I'm sure he won't be long, but yeah, we'll just jump in.
Cool. Well, hey, appreciate everybody jumping in here with Cap and I. We're going to talk MLS for this weekend, what the games look like, what our lineups look like, and then even break into some of the server inside and jumping into that. So do you know any way I could rewatch full MLS games? Yeah, absolutely. That is Apple TV. If you have the MLS season pass, you can go back and do that. They also have what was it that I sent you last week, Cap, that I was showing? MLS 360, I think is what it is, where it recaps all of the games, gives like 10-minute highlights and overview. So that's available. But yeah, all through Apple TV. So you should be able to check that out. But yeah, let's get into it. Is there a game this weekend that you are excited about most?
I've not really looked into the games all too much. I mean, I'm excited about a couple in particular because obviously, I mean, being selfish about like so rare. Like I'm excited for Vancouver Whitecaps versus Montreal. Personally.
Really?
Yeah.
Out of all the games,
yeah, because obviously I've got my big boy Gould. Love him. Like I've said, I've raved about many times on this channel. Like Scottish Messi. I'm also looking forward to it was Philly versus New England versus Philly as well because I've got a bit of a stack going on there now.
In which side, the Philly stack or New England?
Philly stack, my friend. And when we do some lineup builders later, we might see a couple of them. So I'm excited.
I like it. Man. Yeah, I got to say there are two games I'm most excited about. The Crew game, that is Saturday 2:30 our time in the States for Eastern, and I will be in attendance at this game. And I was gonna try to see if I can make it to the FC Cincinnati game as well, Which it's a tough one because like the Crew's at 2:30, FCC's at 7:30, so there's like a 5-hour window in between. But you think about you probably don't know the geography of Ohio, Cap. You've never been, but going from Columbus to Cincinnati is like an hour and a half drive. So I want to be the worst thing in the world, but me coming from Detroit to Columbus to Cincinnati, and then I'd probably drive back to Columbus and stay the night. It was about 9 hours total of driving in one day. So I was like, yeah, that's a big ask to try to hit both games. But if you'd like to see me do it, let me know in the comments. I'm still debating it. I might even make it a little YouTube video, maybe do a little post, but only if people would actually watch it, because that's a big ass. 9 hours in the car. Now I know the Tesla would drive me, so I could just sit back and relax. But it's a big ask. It's a big ask. So I'm thinking right now I'm probably just gonna go to the Crew game and then call it, because I think the Crew need a bounce back W. If you caught the game for the CONCACAF champions, did you see that? How they played at LAFC?
Yes, yeah, 3-0 in the end, wasn't it? So that was
Brutal.
obviously the best of starts for them. And for LA, to be fair, looked decent. Boanga doing Boanga things this time. Looks like he's rekindling that form of last season. So
it's good to have him back firing. So for sure. Hugh says the 2 games he is looking forward to is Chicago and Minnesota. So
Chicago Town Pizza. It says Chicago Fire and Dallas.
Did you say Chicago Town Pizza?
I said
this goes to show you have never been to the States. We do not call it Chicago Town Pizza.
What do you guys call it?
Deep dish, Chicago deep dish.
Oh, Chicago deep. There's a brand here called Chicago Town Pizza, and my fat ass said it one time when I was talking to Jonesy about Chicago, and I was like, yeah, my bad. But
deep dish pizza, man, that's the good stuff. It's like this thick, and it's all just cheese and sauce.
That sounds good, to be fair. And who are Minnesota against? Many are against. I've got it here.
San Jose Earthquakes.
See, I want San Jose to obviously win that one again for obvious reasons, because I've just got some stacks in there. So I don't know, but I do like Minnesota though. I do like what Eric Ramsey's doing there. It's quite good.
Yeah. So let's jump into this. I don't agree with a lot of these like power rankings for this weekend, and here's why. So Inter Miami, we talked about how they play tonight. I think this will be telling. If they absolutely destroy, I think it's like Cavalier is who they're playing, some Jamaican side, if I'm not wrong. Hopefully for Inter Miami and for all of us building MLS stacks, that it is a beatdown in the first half. It's like 3-4-0, and you can take off your superstars and give them that extra rest for them to go into Sunday's game versus Charlotte. So putting that as a number one matchup, I would say be very wary of this, because if it is a lot closer than what that game should be, then they're going to have to play the superstars in leg 2, and that would be next week as well. So going from Thursday night to Sunday to again Thursday is a big ask for Messi, and you already saw it when he didn't travel to Houston, that they're trying to reserve legs. So I for someone who has a classic Messi limited and an in-season, I'm really hoping it's like 3-4-0 in the first half, and then he gets a rest. But we shall see. So you talked about looking forward to Vancouver. So what has you interested in this game?
I've got the players. I've got Gould and I've got White, and I just feel like this is a game that's got a lot of goals in it, especially the way
a lot of goals in it.
I think so. I know Montreal are actually quite decent defensively. I believe Campbell, who's their main centre-back, could potentially be missing the game due to injury, potentially. So I have to look at that later on for our insight.
Yeah, we can pull it up.
Yeah, so unless it's been changed over the last couple of hours. But from what I saw, let's just have a little gander.
Montreal. Yeah, 50%. So this is according to Garincha. I hear what you're saying. Optimistic about a lot of goals here. I think you can definitely get that with Vancouver, and with them being home as well. I'll tell you what, in Michigan today, we got some snow. So it might be a cold weekend. And I don't know what it is over in Vancouver. Hershey says, how's it going, gents? That was exactly the person I wanted to ask, our Vancouver native. Hirsch, what's the weather like in Vancouver, and what does the game look like for this weekend weather-wise? Your boy Brian White, we'll see what Jonesy says. He actually says the weather is beautiful, man. Look at that. So probably no worries with the weather then. So that's an interesting one. This is troublesome for me. In my lineups, I had Jaden Nelson in my rare team. I don't have a lot of rare cards, but seeing that he is questionable is not good. So, yeah. But he is saying, forecast is saying it's going to be raining. So, but hey, rain means mistakes. Mistakes means goals, right? So if that's what you're looking for.
Some news that I saw about Jaden Nelson, I was tagged in a post earlier, and I can actually bring this up and just let you know what was actually said if I can find it.
I didn't know they had a roof. He says, but if it does rain, they'll close the roof if that happens. So it should be fine. So take back exactly what I just said about if it rains, mistakes, goals.
There you go. So this is the news then on Nelson. So it says Jesper Sorensen confirms that the early Jaden Nelson was just a precautionary. He goes on to say he didn't pull anything. He just felt that something was tight. So I personally think he's probably a good chance to start again, probably up there about 80% personally. But
so you disagree with Deke saying that 30%? You would give it a full 80?
I'd give it probably an 80, yeah. But there's no reason not to play him. He's been rested. Essentially, he's been subbed off after 5 minutes and not risked. Like, if you feel tight, that's not, it's not like a proper injury issue there. It's just obviously a precautionary thing. So, to me, I'd say, yeah. How long ago was this updated?
First published was 3 days ago, updated 6 hours ago.
6 hours ago. So you would have seen the news. So maybe I'm wrong, but like I said, I would personally say, there was something. I would probably at least push it to 60, 70%, I would say.
You went from 80, now you're saying 60, 70, and Hershey's saying day-to-day, I wouldn't play him.
I don't know. I don't know. It's just, personally, it's obviously, I can't see something wrong with it. Maybe 80 was a bit too high, so I'll put it down to 70, but I think apart from that, it's I think it's a good chance of starting.
Yeah, well, I am hopeful for goals. It looks like they definitely have the high win probability and 40% chance at 3 goals scored. Looks like, if we're just kind of skimming through, looks to be the second highest out of all teams for this weekend. But I still think this data is a bit skewed. You're looking at LA Galaxy being, again, a third best matchup with how they played the first 2 games. I would disagree with that. And then you got Cincinnati and the Crew. Again, it's just, I think it's pulling a lot of data from last year too. And, every year in the MLS is so different. So that's really why I think you really have to take it step by step with these games, and that's why we're doing it today, to really go through and pick which one do you think would you value. And so I know we're going to jump into that today, and we're going to jump into your lineups. So do you want to start with kind of showing everybody where your head's at, or do you want me to start?
You got your screen up and ready, so you go for it. You tell us how you're thinking about it.
Yeah, let's take a gander here. So I built some lineups already, and obviously they are contingent on, things changing tonight. So Rare Deke always gives a late night stream, goes through all the MLS news, very reliable. If you haven't watched him yet, definitely go do so. We'll plug his stuff later on. But these are my lineups that I've built so far. So I'll put this screen a little bit bigger. And as you can see here, before this stream, I was not into rares, and then Cap and Jonesy were kind of giving me some slack for it. And I said, you know what? I'm going to put my money where my mouth is. I am an MLS diehard, and so let's dive into it. No better place to get into. So as you can see, I've got some new in-season cards. and I figured I'd go MLS specialist first because all the others I would be in Division 3 rare. So I figured why not send it here in the specialist while these competitions are, giving decent payout. And if you look, what's your thoughts just on these two rare teams alone?
Yeah, I think they look good. Daniel Rodriguez, obviously solid partnership there with obviously at home to Minnesota. That's good. That should be. I feel. Oh, I don't know. Is that going to be a low-scoring game? It's going to be a tight game. I don't think it's going to be anything that's. But I don't know. It's a difficult one. But I think defensively, that's going to be solid. Pasalic against New York. That's going to be a fairly difficult one. I feel. I don't think it's going to be that easy. Nelson, obviously, we spoke about him earlier. There's a big chance that he could be missing there, going to Deke. And obviously, Boanga away to Seattle, which is difficult considering he played, obviously, midweek as well. So, I mean, the team all up is, quite strong.
That Daniel Rodriguez pairing, I know that you put some YouTube videos together probably a week or two ago when you were talking about your stacks, what you like. Did this one make it on the list?
I can't remember my video. I've been recording a couple recently, but I mean,
come on.
No, I mean Daniel and Rodriguez have always been a favorite duo of mine because I've always just found them really solid. Despite even last year, obviously was, it was always going to be. Well, it was a lot more difficult last year. They don't have the team they have this year, so the investment wasn't there and. They were always conceding a lot of goals, but with Daniel and Rodriguez especially was always decent scorer, even despite when they lose 2-3, 4-0 at times. But now that Daniel's obviously not got that long-term injury, he's back and he's doing well and he's hitting the ground running as well. So they've always been a defensive duo that really intrigues me.
Yeah, and if you played them game week 1 of MLS, you probably did pretty well. Where Rodriguez was one of a few who got a perfect 100, and then Daniel was up there too. I think his score was like 80 plus before you got any bonuses. So having that pairing was huge. And we talked about that before game week 1, how important it is to pair your goalkeeper and your defender, especially in this league, because, clean sheets are hard to come by. And they won week 1 4-0 versus RSL. So it was quite the spanking. And you had great scores from those two. So that's where I was going. To be honest with you, I really took all my limited cards, and you might scoff at this, but I traded Satonio for all of these cards. Like
I saw.
I went hard in the paint, just getting rid of all my limiteds in all these different leagues that I was just like, you know what? I built it like my Celtic stack. I couldn't tell you. I've maybe watched 1-2 Celtic games all year after building that stack. And but you know what I do watch every Saturday night is MLS. So I figured take those, move into rare, and Hershey is right. I have hit the rare streets, and I'm now invested. So this is actually going to be, fun fact, my first time in my so rare history of actually playing in limited and rares instead of limiteds. So having a little bit of both, so it'd be a little more skin in the game. So, but yeah, so that was my thoughts for that first team, and then team number 2, clearly biased, being a Crew fan. Having Moreira, Nagbe. I actually think for the Crew, we realized that game is a big ask next week for the CONCACAF. Having LAFC at home, being down 3-0. I think they try to get the result here versus Houston, and then pivot to see what happens from there. That's at least what I'm hopeful for, because I want to jump into that and be like, man, this is a good game to go to. I hope it's not a crappy one. But hey, look who joined the party. And rocking it of all hats. Jonesy, welcome to the party, my friend.
Oh, he nearly joined. It's his mic's not working.
Hello?
There we go.
What's going on?
Are we talking Prem, yeah?
Oh, wrong stream, Jonesy. Wrong stream.
No, we've got a couple more weeks for MLS, and we move back to Europe.
Yeah,
very good.
Hey, I want you to know that the MLS was ranked in the top 10 leagues in the world. So it is coming up. It is getting better and better. Maybe one day we'll dethrone the Prem. Maybe.
I don't think it really should be in the top 10 leagues in South America, if we're being honest, like in that side of the hemisphere.
Well, you know what? It wouldn't be top 10 leagues in South America because this is North America, baby. So
I said that side of the hemisphere. But,
tough. I got
Canadian
you.
league's better than the MLS. The Mexican league is definitely better than the MLS. The results prove that. Brazilian league.
Oh, Jonesy, the hater. It's good to have you in
Peru.
today, my friends. We're only talking MLS for you to come in here and crap on the party. Always welcome in this
sense.
So wait, what I wanted to say to you as well, Kobe, is obviously the difficulties obviously with your first lineup is you potentially may have to think about, I don't know, moving Nelson. Because I'm feeling like your first team's obviously your strongest team. So maybe swapping Bucha maybe for Nelson, because obviously if Nelson plays, it's going to be a good trade-off. Then he's going to do better than what Bucha could, I believe. But yeah.
Hershey's got a question for you here, Jonesy. So when are you buying a Brian White jersey? So I missed this stream on Thursday where you guys were talking all about Brian White. And so for those who missed it too, Cap, maybe you can shine some light on what Hershey's talking about.
Yeah, I mean, Jonesy, the one that's just joined us here, he was banging on about, bro, I just don't rate Brian White, and whatever else. And me and Ellis and everyone within the chat at the time kept saying to him, you have to play him. He's got a good lineup. He's got a good fixture, and he's going to score. And Jonesy was like, no, I'm against it. Eventually, he got him in, and then just Brian White ended up scoring. So you were very close to having to buy his shirt because we said if he got 100 score, then
we're going to do a segue here for just only for Kobe, right? This is only for Kobe, okay? Kobe, Brian White has scored 20 goals. Has played 20 games and scored 7 goals, right? I want you to try and get as close as you can to how many big chances missed he's had in 20 games. How many BCMs has he recorded?
You asking the question has me assuming it's pretty high. So because of that, I would say 12. It's more than 12. Wow, I thought that was a lot. Are you gonna tell me it's 16?
14. It's 14 out of 20 games he's had big chances missed.
That is tough.
Now, with that record, I think us three individually could have less big chances missed in 20 games in the MLS as a striker.
You think so? You rate yourself that high, huh?
I mean, give me a year. But then, give me a year. Got to remember, we are British. Our footballing ability is already naturally better.
Fair. Yeah, I mean, looking at this though, recording 3 goals in 4 games.
Look at his sub appearance there. He came on for 30 minutes. He got a booking and he got a big chance missed, and then he just dipped. I think he had a big chance missed in his last 2 as well, even in the games he got goals in.
Mate,
I think he might be the worst striker I've seen on Sora, or one of the worst strikers that gets consistently started.
Well, according to pick scores, he is one of the higher rankings. So you got Peck, you got Benteke, Messi, Suarez, Buyanga, Adrian Martinez, and then Brian White slips in.
Yeah, that's just based off the fact that he's at home. He's expected to start, and he's against a weak opposition. I guarantee he gets 2 big chances missed and then a booking, and then they sub him off.
Wow.
He's terrible.
All right. I'm getting a little piece of what Jonesy was talking about last Thursday, huh?
He's terrible. He's literally, I would rather have a 20-year-old bench striker from DC United.
Yeah, his thing is Detroit. He says this, but then he bought him in season and classic.
I sold him. He's already sold. He's gone. He's already gone.
You sold all your players, not just him. So don't make it sound like you just got rid of him.
The in-season's not worth entering for the rewards. Even though they did a nice update today, it's still not worth entering for the prize pool.
Hershey says he's scoring again, mate. Keep doubting him. So
7 goals in 20 games in one of the worst leagues on the platform.
Oh,
well done, Brian White.
God, you're a happy chappy tonight, aren't you?
And on top of that, some of those goals didn't even come in the MLS. They came in the CONCACAF against random Caribbean teams.
God, I think he's just a bit too salty. Anyway, we'll move on before it gets worse. But do you want to go into your limited in season as well, there, Toby?
Yeah. So I built some specialist teams, but to be honest with you, I prioritized moving in my divisions here first. So this is what I have. Got really killed by the Messi DNP from last week, and so that relegated me in 2. So I got bounced out of Division 1. I was placed for what would have been all 3, and that was not the case. So
can I bring you some news?
You have news. Breaking news?
Well, yeah, I don't know how accurate this is, but apparently Lionel Messi is out for tonight's game against Cavalry FC.
Ooh, who said that?
MLS Elliott has said it on Twitter, and he's quoted. Well, he's put in the source of some sort of, I think, Argentinian reporter. It looks like with a tick. So I don't know how accurate it is, but
were people expecting him to play this midweek?
Yes, because obviously they're at home, aren't they? Into Miami.
I know, but CONCACAF, they don't take it seriously, do they?
Interesting. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. They obviously think that they're going to do well without him, and he needs the extra rest. But
they showed it, didn't they, last week with Suarez getting those 3 assists and a goal. So obviously they don't need him for these sort of games. So it makes sense to rest him.
But then do you play him for this weekend? That's the question.
Yeah, they'll rest him for this weekend. That's what
or depending on how this game goes, because he might have to play in leg 2 if it's tight, being away in Jamaica. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, I hope it's a 3-4-0 half.
Aren't in the Miami playing Cavalry
tonight? Yeah,
they're Canadian.
Is it Jamaican, aren't they?
Yeah, they're Canadian. They're Canadian team.
Oh, I thought Jamaica for some reason.
Regardless, I can't even name a Jamaican team to be fair.
Yeah, I don't know who they are, but I'm just assuming that it is going to be in favor of Inter Miami tonight. So that's why I had Messi in both my lineups again. Running him captain is maybe not a good idea, seeing what happened to me last week. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm going to the Crew game, so I got to play my Crew boys. But I'm a little bit more bullish on Philadelphia Union. Last week, Kai Wagner was one of the only 2 players who scored a perfect 100, him and Suarez. So looking at that, I felt like I had to play Wagner, Gazdag, and, if you got Messi, you're not going to not play Messi, right? Especially Division 1. And then as you look in here, Messi, Almiron, Latila, Daniel, and Rodriguez. This was the exact same team that in week 1 got me a podium spot. So figured I have to run that back. That paid out, I think it was 3rd place is what I finished. Got $100 from that. So, and then this team is my FCC stack. And this is if I'm still hopeful, thinking of going to the game. But I did hear some rumblings from Laura. If you follow her on Twitter, she Laurel is what Laurel Falfer. She posted that this today. She said, Pat Noonan said that Brett Halsey wasn't available, and then the key thing is with Evander, the hope is he will be available Saturday. But he'll be given some extra recovery time. Could play even without being on the field today and tomorrow at practice. So that's a one to keep an eye out as well on. Clearly, I've captained him in my 3rd lineup. And that's where my focus was, this FCC team. But they played in the CONCACAF game and tied at 1-1 at home. So they have to go hard in this leg 2 away at Tigres. And that is not an easy matchup. So it'll be interesting to see what they do with the quick turnaround and having to go back and play this game in the midweek. So, and then classics are always just for fun, all my extra cards. So if something hits here, amazing. I'll be happy being at the game. I wanted to go 5 for 5 for the crew. And then the rest of this is kind of just a mix of my extra classic cards. And that's what I have for this weekend. So as you see, I'm bullish on the Columbus Crew. I don't think that we're going to do much against LAFC at home next week for CONCACAF. And that's why I think LAFC too, that they also feel confident in what they did at home, that should be enough. So they can go hard against Seattle, close, California to Seattle instead of coming all the way out, giving those guys some rest for the midweek. And then, you've got Ryan Gold and Carlos Heel, and then, of course, the Inter Miami boys. And Ty Baribo, man, he's been fantastic. So I picked his card up for like $5 because I had an open slot here and wanted to see what he could do. So that is what I have with mine, and that's what I'm looking forward to for this week. So, Kat, now I'll turn it over to you. Hershey says, don't unwrap your Acosta. He will get that Cincy collection. Hershey, you are a smart man, and I will tell you that if you come in here, that is the first card that appears, and I made sure to not unwrap that. So, yeah, I'm not gambling with this. This is going to be with my FCC collection, but yeah, that's a great call, and I will make sure not to. This one is going to stay in the nice condom wrapper, so we're gonna keep it. But that's it. So that's what I'm bullish on for this weekend, and those are my lineups. You guys got thoughts, comments, concerns? Jonesy looks frustrated.
I've not watched any MLS yet, so I could literally no comment. I got to watch one game.
I think I've watched pretty much every game because of the highlights in MLS 360. So they added the warning about time. Yeah, no kidding. I saw that because I was just flipping through them, and then I saw Acosta came up, and I was like, ooh, glad I did not do that because I could have very easily done that, and I would have been pissed. I probably would have sold it and tried to buy a new one. So, all right, Kat. Ooh, you haven't built them yet, so we're just doing it straight up in Sorare data, huh?
I had a brief little look last night, actually, with Jonesy, and I thought it'd just be fun to get your input and maybe a couple other people in the comments as well.
I love it. Let's go.
Thinking, okay, so initially, these are the teams. Okay, this is for my Div 1 in season. I'm sorry, classic rare, because I got rid of my in seasons, so I'm no longer a part of that journey. Maybe in a month or two's time. Sad. Yeah, right now I'm out of that. But I'm thinking here. What are we thinking here? I'm thinking initially, like a Daniel or a Blake. I don't know if you can see that all too well.
Ride the wave with your boy, and let's go Daniel together. You've seen the path he has laid out. Oh, I am bullish on San Jose. I told you this from last week's stream that you're talking the one of arguably the greatest MLS coaches of all time, and Bruce Arena. He's at the wheel. You know the San Jose team is already firing off on all cylinders. So how do you doubt, especially after take the small sample size of game week 1 and 2? Daniel's been fantastic. So
that's true. That is true. I think
Jones, you want to give a counter argument?
I went Blake. When I built your team, I got the teams up that I built for you here. I went Blake in that.
Yeah. So I'm in limbo between the two, only because this will probably make more sense for you here. So if we look at the defenders here, you can see I've got a nice cheeky little rare Kai Wagner. So obviously there's that defensive duo of going for him and Blake alongside one another. There's that sort of going on.
But you also have Rodriguez.
That is true, but it's Wagner. So it's who. Yeah, I'm just thinking who is the best one to go for this particular team in Division 1. The only one I got Division 1. The rest of Division 2. I am in limbo between Rodriguez and Daniel compared to obviously Blake and Wagner. So I won't keep everyone around for now. I'm just going to do. I'll do what you said here. I'm going to see what you want to build me here, Detroit. Okay. Wait, you said Daniel and Rodriguez.
Solid. Yeah. This is tough because I don't want to go so top heavy already for San Jose, but hard to argue against Christian Espinoza. But looking at what you have here, Gazdag and Ryan Gold, I mean, those are two fantastic. If you want to follow the Sura data, you follow Ryan Gold, top recommendation there. I think it's hard to argue against it, to be honest with you. And at this point, truthfully, I think you pivot. And my pivot would be that you would run the Philadelphia Union duo, and so you would add to it and then bring in Gazdag as the trio, and then you build off that because Hershey says Blake and Kai Wagner, that New England attack, are poor. And I would agree. So, you look at that and then you can build that Philly and then go from there. Honestly, dude, I don't know how you don't even do a whole Philly stack. I mean, Ty Baribo too is top notch. So that's where I would lean there. You've seen Charlotte's defense; it's really good. So I might slot Ty Baribo here. Maybe do your 4, and then dude Ryan Gold to finish it.
I'd be intrigued to see how close you and Jonesy are after this. So we can obviously we'll have a look. But I'll say this. So that's being your team 1. Who are you thinking is the captain for this team, man?
You got to go Ryan Gold. The AAA at home, that's solid. Kai Wagner, you could argue that too. But if they were home, I'd give it to him just because I think there could be a better potential for a clean sheet. But, I mean, the Crew went in there last week to New England and gave them a 1-0 defeat. So, you've seen the attack that Philly has. It could be 3-0, honestly. So
this is true. So we'll call that then a team 1, and then obviously we've got to go and build up team 2 here.
Well, what's Jonesy have for you for team 1?
Oh, did you want to see?
You want me to tell you what my team 1 is for you?
Go for it.
Blake, Wagner as captain, Espinoza, Baribo, Gold.
So humor me. Why would you not keep the Philly pair? Why?
I don't think you really need to pair a midfielder with a defender. I think you can split it there. As long as the defender's with a goalie, I don't think it matters what the other 3 players are. And I just think Espinoza's probably got a higher chance of getting a bigger score than Gazdag.
I agree with you there that it's not dire that the bottom 3 need to be paired. But if you're going to throw Ty Baribo in, who's getting those assists to Baribo? You've seen it with Gazdag already. So wouldn't you want that if you could do the 1-2?
It's not always guaranteed to be Gazdag. I think Wagner's probably going to get an assist or 2.
Oh, I don't disagree. I don't think it has to be Gazdag. But I've seen in the past that I've been burned separating the guys, and then Philly has such a great game. And, you get like a San Jose game that doesn't really amount to what you were hoping for, and your lineup, was subdued because you made a swap just like that. So that's personally how I pick it. I try to keep the team intact, and if they don't get a good result, then that's usually how it goes, and you take one on the chin. So curious how you flip that from Gazdag to Espinoza. But like I said, I can't argue against it. I think Espinoza's going to have another good week too, and I think Cap has a lot of great options here. So hard to argue, honestly, any of those making an appearance.
But it's virtually the same as yours, just 1 player difference.
Yeah.
Go on, and obviously Jonesy's already picked his team 2 here. Who would you go? You only really got the 3 of Lloris, Daniel, and Fry, so I'm assuming you're going to go Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel, of course, paired with Rodriguez. That's a given. And then I know he used Espinoza, but that's where truthfully I'd put Espinoza here. And I'm curious to see is Chicho Arango going to play potentially for this weekend. I know the Sura data kind of showed mixed thoughts on that. So I want to pull this up. 70%.
Told you he was injured last night. Didn't believe me.
Yeah, said it's got a knock in the last match. Looked like time-wasting sub, but the challenge didn't look that bad. He complained for a call, got the call, and then went down to the ground. Listened to Bruce Arena's post-match presser, and there was no mention of it at all. So, Yeah, knowing that this game is at home, right, for San Jose.
Yeah.
And he found the goal last week, so I would argue. See, this is how I build lineups, Cap. You're seeing it firsthand. I like to keep the team together, and it's like sick because then you watch these games, and if the team's playing well, then you're happy, and it's not just cheering for one individual player and having to go through that. So how I build these is, I would throw Christian Arango in there, and then I would wait on Luis Suarez depending on what happens tonight, because who knows? What if Suarez plays a full 90? Does he play against Charlotte and start again within 3 days? I mean, that's a big ask for someone who's 37 is what his age is.
Yeah.
It's already been a lot of minutes, and you're seeing what they're doing with Messi. I wouldn't be surprised with Mascherano saying, all right, we're giving a breather. So let's take him out of the equation for now. And Jonesy is gonna hate me for this, but Brian White, right? Dude, I mean, like,
yeah, if you want to score 28, put him in. Put him in if you need 28 points. Come on, whack him in there.
You saw what happened last week when he doubted him. I'm just saying.
He scored 1 goal and put up like no AA. That's not a good score. It's not going to get him a card award.
Hey, if the San Jose quadruple does something, absolutely could. All you would need is one decisive.
To be fair, we've got big differences on this one, me and you. Big differences.
Good. I love it. All right, let's go. Let's go with what Jonesy has to say then. Hershey says,
got to put your extra in. You need to put your last guy in.
I did. I said Brian White.
Oh, right. Cap, you're not popping him in there now.
Is that your shout, yeah, Brian White?
But yeah, Hershey said, I think he has Miggy. And I did see as you scroll down that he was down there.
Where's he gone? Right here. He's only a D-rated pick as well, so obviously,
which is interesting. I wonder why, based on starting. Maybe
I would ignore that.
He hasn't got scoring history against them, does he? Not that's recorded on Zero Data.
He's not expected. Yeah, he's not fully in the lineup either.
He is a 90% to start, so
that's why his pick scores come down now. Right,
I think Hershey's got a valid point. Which is shocking for him to even mention that because he's a Vancouver faithful. So,
he knows how bad Brian White is. That's what it is.
Oh, Jonesy, it's good to have you back, mate.
I'm gonna go with my 5. So there is a couple of similarities, but we've got 3 players different. So I went Daniel and Rodriguez the same as you. Obvious reasons. For some odd reason, though, on my one, they're a double A pick. On your one, they're only a single A pick. Don't know why. Then I've gone for Albert Rusnak at home. That man can play against anybody and score or assist. So I popped him in. He's only an A pick, though, but I'm pretty confident that Seattle will score against LA. And then I went for Luis Suarez.
I
think he'll play. I think he'll play, and I think you'll get 60, 65 minutes out of him. And it's Luis Suarez. I think he'll do well against any MLS team. I don't think you have to look at who they're playing against when it's Suarez or Messi or, like or an Evander or Acosta or something like that. They can pop off against anyone. So I put Suarez in. And I went for a rogue shout. You can see it on Cap's screen now, but can you guess who it is? Who my rogue shout is?
It's definitely not Brian White.
No, it's definitely not Brian White. He doesn't get anywhere. I mean, he's not even in the 3rd team.
See, I thought he was on there, but I was gonna say your Seattle buddy. But maybe that was when you clicked on the forward that Jordan Morris showed up. But you're saying he's on the screen.
I might change my 5th slot actually because Cap's bought players since I built this. So I had Andy Najjar in. Andy Najjar was my pick. Obviously, Nashville at home to Portland. And Najjar, I think, had an assist in the first game week, right? If we have a look at scores, Cap. For
Najjar?
Yeah, he had a decisive in one of his first games. It might have been the first game. Oh, he had a clean sheet and it had like a decent amount of AA. I don't mind that. But I think we're going to change it to Jordi Alba. Why not?
Yeah.
The chance he gets an assist, he could assist Suarez, and it'd be amazing for you if he did. But that'd be my trade. Yeah, I'm going with Alba, not Najar. I'm changing it up. And then I captain Rusnak, but I actually quite like captaining Alba.
Captain Alba.
Yeah, Captain Alba. That's my team 2 for you.
He really needs Inter Miami to smoke in the first half, because if not, I worry about there being rotation. I worry about Suarez and Alba and Messi.
What's Deke said on the Sora Inside? I'm pretty confident Suarez will play at least 60 minutes. I don't think he's played a full 90 yet, has he?
I don't think Deke will make one till after the game's done. Yeah, we'll be updated. But my prediction is that they're obviously resting Messi tonight. They're gonna most likely play Suarez because they don't really have a striker tonight either. They're gonna try get 2, 3, 4 goals if they can, and then that's going to be Suarez's and Messi's relaxed time again midweek next week. That's
who is their backup striker? Who is it? Because they let go of that guy who went to where did he go? Went to New England. I can't remember what his name was.
Campana.
Campana went to New England. So who is the backup?
If you look here at the forwards, so Alande's more of a winger, isn't he?
Yeah,
really?
that's not a number 9.
No one else. Romeo.
Exactly.
Beckham.
So I think they kind of have to play Suarez.
No. See, this is all wrong because that Fafa Pico is.
Yeah, he's a winger as well, though. He's not a number 9.
Yeah, but they'll play him as that.
He's down as a midfielder, and he's injured as well.
Yeah, he is out for a couple more weeks. I think not said in Deke's notes?
No, it might be last week's notes. But I don't think they have another option. I think they have to play Suarez. I don't think there's a backup. When the hell did you buy Jadon Nelson, and why the hell has that not come up on my predicted? What's going on here? You got to really quick when you buy players.
He showed up on the screen for 3 seconds, and you're like, boom.
Right. Okay. So yeah, that's my choice. We'd have to check again tomorrow, maybe when we're in work, that see if Suarez is definitely going to play. But that would, if everyone's 100%, that'd be my pick. I mean, Rusnak might not play. He played a full 90 midweek, so there's no guarantee that he plays. I can't think of anybody better.
It's a big game in the West. I think he definitely plays in that one. Seattle, LAFC. These first early matches really set the tone. So.
Detroit, you are loud, my son.
Not that loud.
He's really loud for me. He's like,
It wasn't loud for me.
Really, the probably because I've got headphones. Probably because I've got headphones on. I don't know.
No, he's too quiet. What are you doing to the stream?
Who's controlling it?
Right, you're too quiet now. I can barely even hear any of yous.
No, he's taking the piss. Just leave him alone. He's taking the piss.
No, I'm genuinely serious. You guys are really quiet. Not that you weren't the volume you were before.
Hershey, tell the boys if exactly. Hershey knows. But Hershey also had a question and said, has Alba played every minute so far in MLS and CONCACAF? Can you pull that up?
No, didn't he? Yeah, I think he has actually. No, he missed one game.
First game because he was injured at the start of the season.
Yeah,
wasn't
so he's not played every minute. I think he'll play comfortable.
Which played every minute.
They look at the goals that Inter Miami scored: 2, 3, 4. What's that? 9 in 3 games, an average of 3 a game. Suarez is getting a goal. Alba's getting an assist. You heard it here first.
Yeah, tonight.
No. Well, yeah, and tonight as well as tonight. They're getting it on the weekend, right? And then Brian White is just going to be sat in the stands, right?
Says the guy who has openly admitted that he has not watched an MLS game yet.
All I've watched is the highlights, a bit like a match of the day version of MLS. On YouTube.
Yeah. So, yeah. Well, that's what we got for lineups. So, Jonesy, have you built yours yet?
Wait, we've not done his third lineup.
Oh, you have 3.
Yeah, he has 3, yeah.
I do. See, let's go through this quickly then so we can get onto Jonesy's.
I don't have any, so take your time.
Oh, so we've got Lloris and Fry you got to choose from if you want to stick with Daniel on the other team.
Oh, yeah, Daniel sticks in the other team. I'd say actually Hugo Lloris here. And you see LAFC have been strong. You already saw Seattle took a 2-0 loss last week. So they are beatable. Everyone thought that they were a dominant team. I don't think they're going to be that case defensively. So you saw LAFC got the 3-0 win versus the Crew midweek, and now they can hunker down and really go for top seed in the West. So I think Hugo Lloris here, and I didn't play your Jordi Alba in lineup 2. So that's where I throw Alba contingent upon the game tonight. So that all kind of varies. Let's say Jordi Alba does play a full 90 tonight, and Mascherano says he's not going to play for this weekend. So take him out, and I'll give you a number 2. Number 2, I actually don't like Andy Najjar. I think Nashville, they keep clean sheets, but the problem is they can't score. And so that is just, for me, I don't like that one. I would actually run it back with another Philadelphia defender and throw in Jacob Glesnes. I think you've already seen so far with New England, they couldn't score versus the Crew. And if they don't score in this one, it sound the alarm for New England Revolution 3 games into the season. They're in trouble. I would put in here, I would do Miguel Almiron. He was a great shout for what would be I mean, I know they give him a D, but that's just not a fair give. And to be honest with you, I think you can see Orejano start this weekend. And he came off the bench and, got some minutes in. And I think that was his first, okay, let's get you some minutes. But, I know he's not in here yet, but I have a feeling that we're going to see him. I was actually messaging with Laurel. So if you wanted to, you could pull up her Twitter and see that we were talking. And she also agreed with me that she said, yeah, I think it could be Orejano gets his start this weekend. And so that's kind of where my head is at as well. I think they need this, and you can see that you'll get that. Yep. So you can just go click on that thread. It wasn't this. No, just
was it where you were replying before? Yeah.
So yeah. So, I asked her, I said, think this leads towards Luka starting on Saturday. And she said, we'll be interested to see how they handle building up his minutes. Maybe start him, replace him at halftime to make sure he can go longer on Tuesday. That's where they really need him starting. And I agree that they really need him on Tuesday. But to be honest with you, he is ready to rock and roll. And I truthfully, it's Toronto side. I could see them putting up 2 or 3 pretty quick, especially if Evander gets the start and he's good to go. And if he doesn't, it goes to show they need Orejano even more. So I think he's a safe play, to be honest with you. And that's where my head's at. So Ben Baird.
Ben Baird, okay.
And then to finish this off, I would throw in Albert Rusnak. I think I know it goes against using Lloris, but he is too good. He could get you really good AA without getting that decisive, and it's still a win-win there. So that would be my argument. If you wanted to look at someone, I think Jonathan Bamba is a good shout as well. FC Dallas have not figured out how to keep goals out of their net, and so Bamba, I think Chicago, if Brian Gutierrez, it looks like he's got 89%. If he starts, that attack's pretty good, and that could be a good shootout game where I would definitely be hammering the over once I see those lineups.
Great.
That's what I got for you.
Jonesy?
I've got 5 different players. Believe it or not, I've got 5 different players. I've gone for Stefan Fry because they're the home team. It's like choosing between 2 lesser evils, though, between Lloris and Fry. I think it'll end 2-2 or something like that this game, or 3-2 to one of the teams. So I've gone Fry, and I partly went with Yeimar. I don't know if Yeimar's going to play, though, because apparently he might be dropped again for John Bell. If he is, then we're in serious trouble. Yeah, he's 80%. That's not too bad. So John Bell is actually expected to play left back. That's fine. It might be Reagan that drops out then. So yeah, I'll go Gomez. Neymar Gomez, and then I've gone for Gazdag because I didn't use him in the first or second lineup. So you won't be able to click him, but that's who I've gone. Can you put him in the lineup?
All right.
My forward, I've gone for Morris because I think he might be one of the decisive go-getters in that LAFC game. And then I've gone for old but gold, Maxi Morales, to score or assist against Orlando.
Solid.
Brian Gutierrez in.
Hey,
I captained Maxi Morales as well, by the way, because I do think he will get a decisive though. He needs to step up because Santi's gone, and they've not replaced Santi yet.
Both quite intriguing teams, so I've got a lot to think about over the next 24 hours. But I'm excited because I've got some nice little stacks here. I think I've been screwed over a little bit by this one because obviously my Seattle stack is against my other goalkeeper, who is just kept 3 or 4 clean sheets in a row, Lloris, I think. So they're doing really well defensively, aren't they? So yeah, but I think Jonesy, mate, if you're ready to share your screen, I'm ready to come off and you can share yours, my friend.
What do you want to buy for me? Because my MLS cards are up for sale, so I'm not doing MLS this week. So what do you want to build for me? That's why I say I don't have anything to build, really.
Well, then let's pivot then. So I would say, Cap, before the game week 1, we did looked at the results, and it was you, me, and Alice. Was there a winner who had the most points in that?
I haven't checked yet.
You haven't checked.
Wait, I played in that. Cap messaged me afterwards, and I played in that. I got every single result and score right. Can you believe that?
Yeah, you did.
Really? Wow, the guy who doesn't even watch MLS is what he said.
Got every single score right. Yeah.
Okay.
I did predict it after the game week finished, though. Does that still count?
Ha 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 ha. So let's do this then. We still got some time in this stream. How about we take it game by game and we give what our predictions are, and then after this we'll recap for the next stream, and we'll take a look at who won and what our results were, and then we'll get Alice's off stream. We'll get him in then, and then we could use that moving forward week by week, what we think. And I think that would be good. And, we can get Hirsch and some other guys. We'll post, what our game of the week is, the weekend, and post that and see what people think, who's going to get what result. And, we can have the viewers come with us. Oh, a little appearance with the dog and a kiss. Wow, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Hello. There you go. Love you, Brian White. Right.
She looked great with like a DC Jared Stroud doggy jersey.
If you buy her one, I'll put it on her, no problem at all.
I can make it one. We'll get it off DHL Gate, whatever it's called. What was it called?
DH Gate.
DH Gate.
Yeah.
All right. So if we go through these fixtures, then we can quickly just go over it each by a minute or two, and then we can. See, Jonesy, do you want to note these down? Because obviously I've got this screen, so I'm going to be moving the screen around. Or Detroit, did you want to do it? It's up to you. Who's the most organised out of you two? Because obviously I've written it down last time.
I think our producer
stream, so get Detroit, so I know it down, so we actually don't lose the scores.
Okay, hold on one second. To
be fair, you might not be able to reveal it on Monday stream. Isn't there a Monday night game? I think there's a Monday night game. So you have to reveal it next Thursday.
What?
Is there not a Monday night game this week?
No, it just says it's until the
9th is... Yeah, you're fine.
Yeah, let me go in here, and I will put this together.
Kenneth Taylor's having a great game, Cap.
Say that again?
Kenneth Taylor's having a great game, and Christian Rabic is on the bench.
Oh, let me have a check. Oh, Rabic's on the bench.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He was 9% predicted to start.
And he's not even going to play on the weekend either, so he was just useless to get.
Why won't you play on the weekend?
Because he's red carded, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, it was.
So he's
why have you not used him? Surely you'd use him in Europe if he can't play the next thing you give him the rest on the weekend.
Unless it's been rescinded or something. I'm not. I don't know.
Pedro Neto didn't get any minutes either, so that's not good.
Right. So remind us, Cap, the point system that we had for week 1. It was if you got the correct score,
I think just go +3, and then if you get the correct result, it's +1, and if you don't get any, then it's obviously 0.
Wow. 3 if you guess who won, but only
No.
1 point if you guess the right score?
No. The other way
No,
around.
the way around.
Oh, okay. I like that better.
I was gonna
Perfect.
say.
All right. So the first game of the week is the Crew versus Houston Dynamo at home. What do you got here? I guess we could look at the lineups for it too, the predicted lineups so far. Pull that up and
I guess. Do you want me to bring that up here? Where is it? What was the first game? What did we say?
Crew versus Houston. Yep.
All right. So the Crew.
Yeah, you got Jason Russell-Rowe, Dylan Shambo, Rossi, Arfsten, Zawatsky, Nagby, Farsi, Morera, Shaberko, Amundsen, and Schulte. So Deke said we didn't rotate and took that L, which was tough. But we did have Arfsten, Farsi, Jason Russell-Rowe that were all rotated out, but they did get minutes off the bench, and they should be relatively safe here. So, yeah, Rudy Camacho, I still have not seen that any pictures of him practicing. Yep. So I think the back line remains consistent. And, there will be rotation when Camacho comes back. But for now, those guys are all healthy, firing on all cylinders. So I think the defensive shape stays the same with the wing backs as well, with Arfsten, Farsi, and Mo. So the problem is right now we're trying to figure out how do we play post Cucho. In week 1, we looked good, getting the 4 goals versus Chicago. Week 2, only getting 1 goal away. And now here you go entering week 3 after taking a really hard loss to LAFC. So I think you have to go play Diego Rossi. You have to play Shambos and Jason Russell-Rowe. You got to run it back. I mean, one bad game shouldn't dictate what this team looks like. And, build the confidence back in, have them, beat up Houston early and then be able to pull some of these guys, give them the rest that they need and go from there.
I'd say what you boys need a striker and a striker quick. I know you obviously can use Russell-Rowe, but you need a man up there like a Benteke or something, someone you can look up to and really push the line forward. Because without obviously Cucho, I mean that's a massive loss. And replacing him with one of your own, I don't think is going to really cut it. And I think I've seen you on Twitter say quite a few times, "Where's the tracksuit? Oh, and when we get a DP." I see that
dude, did you see what this tracksuit is? Like, you know what I'm talking about? It's like the vintage look that Adidas has put out for a lot of teams. It was like a big push for all of them for the Euros of last year, and now they're doing it for the MLS teams. And then they never posted a link to buy it. And everyone's like, dude, that was sick. Where do I get it? And use that money to buy a DP. Like, post a link. Us Crew faithful will buy. So, yeah, I'm very adamant about continuing to post and post and post until I see it.
Yeah, fair enough, matey. Well, hopefully you get it soon. But you do need a DP10, don't you? So you need to get that. But what we're thinking there, because obviously I think you're not going to be much longer here, and I think Jones has got to go bounce soon. So we need to go through these results fairly
quick.
Okay. So
what do you have, Cap?
Columbus Crew, I think they're going to win 3-1.
Okay, Jonesy.
Houston 2-1 win.
Oh my god. Okay. I was gonna go Crew 2-1, so that's fair to me. I see what Jonesy's saying. I think we got it aligned with goals, but yeah. So next one is Seattle versus LAFC. Is that so?
Yeah, I think it'll be a draw 2-2.
I'm 2-2 as well.
All right. To be honest with you, that's fair to me. I agree. Let's keep it riding.
Atlanta, New York Red Bulls. So I think it's probably going to be like a 2-1 to Atlanta, maybe. I think I'll go with that. Yeah,
I'll go 2-1 Atlanta as well. I think that's right. That's what I was going to say anyway.
Okay, I was going to say 3-2. I think this one's going to be a thriller.
Could be good. Could be a good game. And the Wolfsburg bang either. DC United, Sporting Kansas City. Now, I actually think Sporting Kansas will probably pip this just about. I think like a 2-1 to Sporting.
2-1 Sporting.
I'm like DC 4-0.
Ooh, that's a
Big game this one.
Benteke 4 goals.
No, Benteke won't get any of the goals.
He's like
Jared hat trick off the bench.
DC 4-0. And what'd you say, Cap? You said Sporting Kansas City
2-1.
2-1. I'm going DC United 2-1. So
nice. Cincy Toronto. Now Toronto have been scoring goals quite well recently. I don't know how they're doing it, but they're doing it somehow. 4 goals in 2 games, and they're still not got any wins on the board. So with Cincy, how you're looking at the moment, I think it'd be again like a 3-1, and that's heavily dependent if Evander and Orellano plays. To be honest,
Josie
1-1.
All right, I have FCC 2-0.
2-0. Very, very nice. New England, Philly. I'm hoping this will be a Philly 3-0 win. I'm hoping for the sake of my stack.
I'm with Philly 6, New England 1.
Wow.
Yeah, you being serious?
Ore hat trick, Baribo 2, Gazdag 1.
Ure sounds like he might be on his way out of the starting lineup.
Why? He's been unbelievable. He's been better than Baribo.
Their new forward they brought in, and he has not been.
Are you joking?
Well, then Columbus need to sign Ora as a replacement for Mr. Cucho Hernandez.
He's not that good, is he?
It's hard to take him serious when he comes in here and says, "I haven't watched a single MLS game."
These scores are off a randomly generated score generator here.
What? Oh my god!
Oh, dear.
No, they're not. They're not. I'm just shouting out random scores that I don't actually know because I've not really paid enough attention.
Yeah. All right, let's keep it rolling, Cap. What else we got?
We got New York City versus Orlando. Don't know what this one will be, but 1-1.
All right.
3-1 New York City.
That's what I was gonna say for Orlando. So I'm going 3-1, but Orlando.
Austin, Colorado. I think this will be a Colorado 2-0 win.
All right.
Austin 4, Colorado 2.
He does have some crazy scores, and I kind of like it. And adds a little spice to this. I was going to say Austin 1-0. So
Austin,
you guys are boring, man. Jesus. This is the MLS. This is where goals happen like every couple of minutes.
Yeah, that's true. If it comes,
1-0s and fucking 1-1 draws and shit.
if it comes off, mate, you're top of the leaderboard, so you don't need a wine. You don't need a wine, you're right.
Yeah.
Thank you, ChatGPT. Carry on. I'm kidding.
Dallas,
Chicago.
Chicago Town Pizza. We're going to go Chicago Town Pizza 3-1.
Chicago Town Pizza.
Yeah.
I'm going to go Dallas 5, Chicago 3.
I was saying this is another 3-3 thriller. So.
It's not far away from my prediction. I think he's copying me, man. Peter Moose is going to score 5, and he's going to score the fastest 5-piece ever in MLS history. Oh, and Chris Brady's going to come up in the last minute and get the third from a corner on a header. One day this will come true, and I'm going to say it every week.
Nashville Timbers, I think it's got 0-0 written all over it, to be honest.
Really?
0-0, yeah. I think it's going to be boring. Or 1-1, something like that. So 0-0.
1-0 Nashville, Andy Najjar assist.
He's just calling everything.
Tahani Mukhtar.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Portland 1-0 upset.
They don't have any players.
DaCosta, you got that free kick goal. What are you talking about?
I still don't rate him. I don't even.
I've watched the games, Jonesy. He's good. He's really good.
Still don't rate him.
Jonesy
Anyway.
doesn't watch the games, so he doesn't know.
If he's not getting in Man United's team, I don't rate him. And anybody can get United's team, but MLS players. So
Right. Anyway,
yeah.
I pretend you didn't say that. I'm going to go Real Salt Lake 2-0.
You think it's over for the San Diego parade, huh? It came
I
and it
think
went.
they're missing Lozano, and the striker's not convincing me at the moment. So I just 2-0. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, man.
I'm going 0-0 because Real Salt Lake striker is ass, and San Diego. I don't know. I don't even know any of their players. That
You wouldn't
Foster
know anything
Jago
about
guy
them
is-
because they're brand new. So
Foster
Makes sense.
Jago is just not it. So they haven't signed the 9, so they're not going to score. San Diego. I mean, they got Dreyer actually. Absolutely 0-0. It's 0-0 for me.
Remember that play you said you're banging on about Pablo Ruiz, who hasn't played a game?
He's not
since
played.
July?
I don't know why they put him in for a full game, and he did amazing. And then
That was Kobe. That was another thing, by the way. We were moaning about Brian White, and he was like, "No, I'm playing Pablo Ruiz." And since he's recommended him, hasn't played. But since then, Brian White scored
he
2 goals.
DMP'd, didn't he?
I don't know how he DMP'd, but he managed to put up like 70 minutes in a game against. Oh, he put up more than 70 minutes in the game against was it Seattle. I can't remember who they played, but he put up 70 minutes plus, or he might have put up more, and then they just DMP'd him for the rest of the next 2 games. I don't understand. He was the best player on the pitch. I was against San Jose because he played better than Espinoza.
He was the best player on the pitch. Did you actually watch that one?
That is the one game I watched. Yeah, he's the best player on the pitch for the
Fair.
San Jose RSL game, and he didn't get any assists, but he was still the best player on the pitch.
All right, Vancouver versus Montreal.
3-0.
Yeah, I agree with Kat. 3-0 Montreal.
Montreal.
Yeah, let's go 3-0 Montreal.
I'm pretty sure Cap was saying Vancouver 3-0.
If we're being real, Brian White's not scoring, so 3-0 Montreal.
I pray to God Brian White gets it. If he scores again 100 score, you're getting a shirt. You can't keep
Dude,
talking.
if he gets a perfect 100, and let's say it has nothing to do with a decisive. All right.
Wow.
You get an ass tat of Brian White. And you can pick one player for me with no decisive, and he gets a perfect 100, and I'll follow suit.
All right. For you, I'm picking Ryan Gold.
Okay.
Ryan Gold.
Yeah, it don't work like that. No.
Why doesn't it work like that?
Because you're talking about a guy who you don't rate. So
All
you
right,
gotta
Justin
play
Glad.
the guy.
Justin Glad.
What if I rate him?
Well, you just told me to pick any player. That's
Yeah, but player
Messi. I'll have Messi.
All right, we move on. I'm saying this Vancouver Montreal. I think it's 3-1 Vancouver. So,
What did I go? 3-0 Montreal.
yeah, you did.
All right, yeah, cool. Love that. That's solid. I'm gonna put a bet on that. I wish you could put bets on like big chances missed in games, and you could pick a player that has a big chance missed, and you just pick Brian White every week. You'd make some serious cash off doing that.
2-0. 2-0 Earthquakes.
2-0 San Jose.
How are Minnesota doing this season? Where are they in the league?
6th at the moment. 1 goal, one conceded. So it's a bit meh.
I'm gonna go 6-1 San Jose.
Why? Because you just saw that.
Yeah.
The goals and the
Yeah, I think this is a 3-0 San Jose win. So,
couple of games left, boys. We've got Inter Miami, Charlotte.
I mean, this is so indicative of what. I mean, this is so contingent on what happens tonight. So, this one's kind of just a crapshoot.
I'm assuming Messi's obviously going to be playing. I think Suarez will be playing as well. And under that assumption, I think it would be like a 3-2, 3-1. Yeah, I'll go 3-2 Inter.
Miami 3-2. All right.
I'm going 3-0.
Miami 3-0. Dude.
Miami won't keep a clean sheet, not with that shaky defense.
Yeah, but Charlotte can't score for Toffee, so.
Because Zaha, mate.
Yeah, he's useless. That man's washed. Next one.
I'm going Charlotte 2-1. I'm calling the upset here.
Wow.
Ooh.
After he not put any of Messi or Suarez in, you think they're not going to play, right? That's why he's saying that.
I don't know what happens tonight. If it's a lot closer than what everyone predicts to be, then they have to play them for the next game week. And if Messi sits here and it's close, why risk him for the weekend?
Right. Okay. Okay. What's next?
Last game, LA Galaxy versus St. Louis. I don't even know how to think. I don't know. 2-1 Galaxy, maybe, I think.
All right, 2-1.
I'm going to go 2-1 St. Louis.
All right, and I will end this with saying Galaxy 1-0.
1-0.
You don't think St. Louis are going to score? Really? We've got Simon Betcher, you know.
St. Louis will continue their draw streak. Says
But they got Simon Betcher. They're definitely going to score 100%.
We shall see. We shall see. So yeah,
He's that's all, player as well.
This is all Saturday and then Sunday, and then stream next Monday where we'll come back. And Cap has some news for us regarding what we're gonna do in the future here. Cap, you want to share what we're talking about stream wise in some days and times and
So we're thinking what's going to be probably the plan for the future is I don't think we've agreed fully on a time yet. I think we asked again between 8 and 9, so 3 or 4 p.m. EST. So what we're planning on doing, instead of streaming on the Monday, we're thinking of doing it on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So obviously we carry on the Thursdays, but we change it from Monday to Tuesday. Reason being is because obviously
caveat there. I said I would hold down the Monday schedule by myself, and you guys would do the Tuesday reward schedule.
Yeah, potentially we can all have a chat about it again to see if it's worthwhile, because otherwise it might be two contradictory sort of streams. But yeah, we can have a chat. But otherwise, I think Tuesday will be good because we can go over the games of the weekend still, and we can also maybe show rewards, and other viewers can maybe share their rewards as well. And I think it could be quite a good interactive stream. And obviously Thursday's going to be more lineup building, build up our lineups, yours if you have any, things of that nature. So should be fun. Should be good.
I can't get over Jonesy just tapping away at his mic, turning that color on and off. It's very distracting. And also giving me that weird buzz in my ear. I love it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, appreciate that.
Still going. I think I like what we have going. Doing the Mondays and the Thursdays, and but I also think we're missing a piece, which I agree with you, for Tuesdays and doing reward streams. I think that's something that we should definitely add into the rotation, and I think that's a great feature for Tuesdays, coming in here talking about, hey, this is what we were able to pull, what did you guys pull, and let's look at it together. And talking about conflict of interest for Mondays and Tuesday streams, I think Mondays can be where I'm in here building lineups with everybody and kind of hanging out and looking at what the lineups look like for the midweek games, and then going from there. And really diving into Server Inside and Predictify, and then you guys can we can do like the rewards and opening that, and then recap for MLS from the game week as well, and diving in and doing a deep dive on that. So we're just obviously trying to throw out a lot of ideas, pick everyone's brains, chat as well. Hirsch, it looks like you have been the most active here today. I know we had a couple with Hugh at the beginning and Kex, so want to thank you guys for joining the stream today, hanging out with us. Wanted to thank Jonesy for making a back-to-back week appearance on the stream. So good to have you in. It is Very nice to see your face, even when you're distracting us with.
I only come on to give Brian White grief. That's literally all I do here.
Yeah. Maybe in the meantime, you can clean off your bedside table.
No, I need all my stuff on there. That's important.
Yeah, he needs the lube and all that stuff. Just leave him there.
I got my water bottle in there. Got a cup of tea.
He's actually, if he moved a bit, he's actually got a Brian White photo there with with some lube beside it. But we'll get in that to another day. Otherwise, guys, it's been a good stream. Hey, I think we can end it there. It's been a short one, but it's been fun. And yeah, we'll see everybody probably on the Tuesday. Good luck with everyone's lineups. And yeah, I'm excited to see what everyone's got and how we get on.
Yeah, for sure. And if you haven't already, make sure you guys go to the All Around So Rare YouTube and throw the subscription up there. Very much helps us. We're definitely working on building more videos, and that is more where Cap and Jonesy have their forte in building that. I can tell you right now what we talked about. There is a lot of good ideas that are being thrown around in our Discord and what looks like future videos to come. So you definitely don't want to miss that. And, you know, it also helps us. So showing a little love, but also to you all as well, doing future giveaways for subscribers only. I can tell you that we've mentioned one that continues to come up as we're still trying to finalize all the details. But the signed SC Cincinnati jersey, I can promise you that the requirement will be that you have to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. So just go ahead, already get ahead of that before it all gets posted, and your work will pretty much be done for you. So, yeah. But with that being said, guys, got any last words you want to say before we close it out for the day?
No, matey, I think we're good. I'd like to potentially see yourself vlogging this weekend, see how that goes on the channel. Could potentially do that if you're doing the 2 and 2, but
nobody said anything. So I think I get to retire the trip a little early. Just make a little drive from Detroit to Columbus. Call it a day.
Good, yeah. But I'll leave that up to you. But we can always obviously put that in the ether and see how that gets on. But yeah, otherwise, guys, it's been a fun stream. But yeah, that's about it. Yeah.
All right. Well, there you go. We'll appreciate it. Thanks for everyone for joining us today, and we will catch you on Thursday's stream at what time, Cap?
Thursday stream is going to be between 8 and 9 again. We'll finalize details on the
next stream is Monday. Monday stream.
Sorry. Okay.
I'm thinking today was Monday.
Yeah. No. So all right. So the stream most likely will be on the Tuesday. It's going to be again similar times: 8 p.m. UK, 9 p.m. UK, something like that. So about 3 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 4 p.m. So yeah, just keep an eye on the socials and just have a little look. And yeah,
perfect. All right. Well, good talking to you, Cap. Good talking to you, Jonesy. And I will see you guys again next week.
Yes, fella. I'll see you later.
See you guys later.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Peace.